you're going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue. Home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies. Aye!
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
This is Northside head football coach Mike Fallour. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
This is Northside head basketball coach Eric Burnett. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith. With furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need. And even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. And to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehuberc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Fallour.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Mike Fallour Show. Well, it was Friday night. It was homecoming for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies came into the game 3-1. That's how they started. They ended 4-1 after a 21-6 win. Coach, I know you're glad to get that one behind you, but what a great showing by the defense.
Yeah, they played extremely well the entire football game and did a good job of getting us out of some trouble early, but mistakes that we made on offense, and then just a good all-around game from all 4 quarters.
It kind of took me back to a time 4 or 5 years ago when you had Tyreek Perry and Chewy Parga and Tanner Cross. You remember those shutouts? I think there was 4 or 5 in a row, how that defense just kept doing it. And it just kind of reminded me of that, how this defense has really come along.
Well, let's hope they can do that again this week. Right. And no, they've gotten better every week, and that's what you want. And so Coach Curry and those guys do a great job, and those players believe in what they do, and they play hard. And you know, we're not the biggest group in the world, but they can run.
I talked to Coach Solly right after the game when I was waiting on you to go buy me dinner, which
I never showed up.
Well, you showed up, but it was late.
Yeah.
And then you had to go home and get some sleep, which I don't blame you. It's been a long night for you. But I got a chance to talk to Coach Solly, and he was so excited about the defense and how far they've come. And he said, hey, this is just a special group. You got a team with Little Rock Catholic that played Bryant probably better than anybody so far this year. And they got down inside the 10-yard line twice, and all they could get out of it were field goals.
Again, it's a great job. That's being prepared, knowing what's coming, what you expect, and they made plays when they need to make them, and that's what you have to do. And just like I said, I hope they can continue to do that and get better, and because the next 3 weeks we're gonna need some really good defense.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Conway's coming up this Friday night. Catholic coming in, they're an aggressive team. They weren't a big team, but they're very aggressive. Got a field goal to start the game, but then you got a touchdown for Walker Kitsavis, gives us a 7-3 lead. Then they get a field goal right at the end. Big stand by the Grizzly defense. You go in at halftime 7-6, and I was talking to Sarah Pendergraph, our sideline reporter, before. I said, Don't talk to him now. Catch him coming out. So what happened at halftime? What was your message to your players?
Well, I mean, we do what we do every week. The coaches get together and talk about what's going on both sides of the ball, and then they get with their players. And my message to them was quit making mistakes, offense. Quit snapping the ball over or around the quarterback. Right. Quarterback catch the ball, and let's quit making mistakes, and this game won't be close. And that's what we did in the second half. We had 2 long drives. Put 2 scores on, probably could have scored a third time, but in the first half we'd get a drive going, and then we would do something, a bad snap or a penalty or whatever it may be to stop it, and you can't do that. I mean, we were able to do it Friday because we were better than Little Rock Catholic, but we're not going to be able to do it against Conway and against North Little Rock and against Cabot. Right. So hopefully they're understanding that. You know, offense is a little bit different than defense. There's a whole lot more execution, and the whole thing has to work together. And if just one person messes up, for example, the center not snapping the ball where it needs to be, the whole thing's messed up. So we missed a lot of reps early in the year because of all the stuff we went through, but we're in week 5, week 6. It's time for us to quit doing those things.
You go back to the beginning of the season, and you really can't predict where you're going to be at a time like this, because after the second week, you don't know who you're going to play.
Right.
You're 4-1, feeling really good about the Grizzlies. They've done some things different this year compared to last year as far as second half play. And I know you had a message for your team in the at halftime coming out for the second half, because you're going to get the football and you do have to perform and try to get a good drive. That happened.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we needed to take the ball down, and if not score, at least get 2 or 3 first downs and get something established. But I think we had 3rd and long on one play, and we ran a little wheel out of the backfield with Massey, and he made a great one-handed catch. And it gave us a first down, and then we moved it on down, and then we did it again a little bit differently. And Drayden threw it, great protection. Drayden threw it perfectly, hit Ty in stride to get us the touchdown.
I think the thing I was most impressed with, the throw was awesome, but I was impressed with Ty's ability to concentrate on the ball, because there was a Catholic defender between him and the ball and shielded him till the last second, but he just never lost concentration, got the touchdown.
Ty is a very talented person. I mean, he runs the ball extremely well, but he catches the ball maybe as good as anybody we have, receiver or whoever. I mean, he's extremely talented, and he's getting better every week. He's becoming a better practice player, which means you're going to play a little better in the games, and that's what we try to get all our guys to understand is you're going to do you got to practice at the same speed or close to what you're going to do on Fridays for it to work the way you want it to.
When you talk about Massey being a great receiver, he is, and we get a chance here later in the show to talk to Richard Bracken about his receivers, and he's got a bunch of those, and then able to, kind of utilize Massey and Fields when he can. That's good to have in your stockpile there. But when you go back and talk about Massey's running, I think he carried it 12 times for 109 yards. Seth Fields 17 times for 79 yards. These guys are getting positive yards. They run downhill. They're fun to watch, but they're getting a lot of help from that offensive line. I read an article about Jordan Green, and he said he went into beast mode, Coach. I love hearing that.
Well, I'm glad he did, because that's what we need. And then they did a good job Friday night. We've played Little Rock Catholic I don't know how many times, and they're crazy stuff on defense, and they're hard to block. I mean, it is hard to simulate in practice with scout team guys what those guys are going to do on Friday night. So I thought Friday, and they didn't do as much crazy stuff as they normally do, but I thought Friday those 5 guys blocked them probably as consistently as we've ever blocked them. And those 2 running backs, and you throw Sundquist in there, he's starting to get in the groove. Those are 3 physical guys that those big old linemen laying on you, and then those big guys coming in there. And I saw Ty run over a couple of guys just flat. So, it kind of wears on you, and that's what we need.
Yeah, he's a special runner. And you bring up Sundquist Church. He didn't play last year, played basketball, and I was excited to find out that he was going to play some football, and he's got him returning kicks and getting him in at some running back position. But, boy, he's a hard runner, fun to watch. He reminds me of Massey when he runs.
Yeah, he's just not quite as big, and probably faster. He's just now kind of coming into his groove about how, you don't play for a while, you lose a little bit of it. And he's coming on, and, so we got 3 of them really good. And then Takevion King, was coming on really good, and then sat by the wrong person at lunch and's been out for 2 weeks, and we'll get him back next week. So we feel really good about our runner. Jeffrey Martinez, a guy that hadn't got to play a lot yet, but just as hard a runner. He's not near as big as those guys, but just as hard a runner as we've got. So feel really good about five running backs.
Offense ended up with 329 yards. They were able to move the football, but especially in that third quarter, had 2 nice drives. Ended up with 2 touchdowns. And talk about Walker Katsavis every week, and he had another big night.
He did. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and that's run routes and catch the football. And, what people don't see about our receivers, because we do run the football, they've got to block.
Yeah.
And they had a big emphasis this past week of doing a better job in that area, and I think they all did. The thing about our receivers is we talk about them, but we were down, I think, down to 3 healthy receivers last week that could play. And so really, we like to run 4 wide outs and do stuff. So we had to change and go to some more formations where we were using 2 backs and 3 receivers, or 2 backs, 2 tight ends, and 1 receiver, because we just don't have them right now because of being quarantined or hurt. We're hoping to get a couple of them back Friday, another one the next week, and then Tyheen goes to the doctor Friday to hopefully get cleared. So hopefully that group will get back to full strength, because we've really kind of limped the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks with a very small group.
Talked to Coach Bracken. It's been a couple weeks ago, and he said, "Yeah, we're getting thin. At receiver."
We're thin.
So it's good to hear that Prosise may be back, and keep our fingers crossed there. Prayers that he gets cleared, because boy, he's an exciting runner, and when he catches the football, he can do so much with it after the fact. Right. But a collarbone break, is that what his injury was?
It was, and it happened in practice. Something we do I think it was an open week, so it was really on a Thursday. It was like a Tuesday practice, and we do one-on-ones.
Right.
And those kids compete and get after it, and their feet got tangled up. He caught the ball and fell and landed on his shoulder wrong and broke his collarbone. But I feel good about it. If he's not back for North Little Rock, I really think for sure he'll be back by Cabot.
Well, Coach, you look at the game, 21-6, it's a win. Homecoming, and I do want to say congratulations to Kelly Sondaro, who was the homecoming queen. We were asked earlier in the week by Kristen, could we live stream that? And, obviously the coaches show comes on at 6:30. That'll go 15 minutes, and then we have commercials, then we have some pregame. So we altered, the coaches show and a couple other things to be able to start that at 6:30, and it turned out really good, and hopefully the parents and grandparents were able to, see the kids in the homecoming court. But congratulations to her and her court. And if you listen to some of the descriptions of these girls and things that they do, Coach, we got a lot of smart young ladies that
we've
Northside.
always known that there's most of the young ladies are smarter than us. So
it's the guys that.
That's right. We've got a great group of students at our school that are involved in a ton of different things, and it's really impressive when you hear some of them.
You talk to Dr. Rathman about football. She gets excited about that just like she does the academics. But it was fun to watch her out there presenting all the different awards. And it was just impressive to hear from a guy like me who's on the outside looking in when it comes to academics, athletics. I try to, and I appreciate you keeping me in the know on things that go on during the week. So it helps me in my broadcast. But just to hear about the academics and things that go on the other side, it's pretty impressive to hear what they do.
It is.
So overall, what a great night. Homecoming, 21-6 win. When you look back at the game, and I know that I've talked to a couple of players, I'm not going to mention any of them, Walker Katsavis, that said that he knew coming in Sunday that he might get chewed out because he knew he had a good game, but there were some things that he felt like he could have done better on, or some other players could have done better on. And so I know you had some things to look at on Sunday, but overall, were you satisfied? Would you take that performance into Conway?
No, we got to play better. I mean, I think defensively I'll take that performance, but even them, knowing that the weapons that Conway has, they're going to have to play better. But on the offensive side, there's no doubt we're going to have to play better to have a chance to win. And we can't go three and out and put our defense out there, that fast. So, but I mean, it was a good win. It was good to be home. It was good to play at Rail Thompson. Second half, I thought as a team we played probably, I'm not going to say as good as we could play, but pretty darn close. And so if we can do that the entire football game, I'd be real happy.
Coach, before we end this segment, I just have to ask you about, you warmed up in red jerseys. You come back out for the kickoff in black jerseys. What happened?
Well, I bought those last spring, and, kind of a motivational deal, and I just gave them a little talk before the game. If we're going to wear these, it better be a
win.
Better be a win.
Right.
And so that's what we did, trying to get them excited, just so. Yeah. But I thought they looked good.
They look great. They really do. I was impressed, and I love being able to see numbers that I can read.
Yeah,
and, they're definitely legible.
Yeah, they're good-looking jerseys.
Well, congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
21-6 was the final. Homecoming was a success on and off the field, except for the fact that I didn't get my dinner that was promised to me. Oh, I'll tell you one other thing, though, too, that I do appreciate. I came into the game. I hadn't eaten all day long, just busy at work, trying to get prepared for the broadcast. And I walked into your office, and I always like to come into your office. It's the last thing I do before I go to the press box to find out if there's any last-minute details, your feelings on it. And you said, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, as a matter of fact, I am. Well, there's some George's double cheeseburgers in there in the refrigerator if you want to get one, and I just want to say thank you for that.
I did feed you.
You did feed me.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I didn't want to get out of here without redeeming the fact that you let me down after the game, but before the game you took care of me. Hey, there's nothing better than a George's double cheeseburger anywhere. I'm just telling you.
Well, okay.
But you know that better than I do.
No, I don't eat many of George's double cheeseburgers.
Oh, what do you have?
I'll take your word. The salad, I forget what they call it.
Come on. I hear you. I've eaten with you a bunch of times. I haven't seen a salad yet. Saw Dana eat a salad, but I haven't seen you eat a salad. But anyway, Coach, thank you again. We're going to go to the next segment, and that is Coach Chad Frazier, the outside linebacker coach, and we are tickled to death that he is here for a lot of reasons. So we'll take a break and be back with Coach Frazier right after this word from Blaylock Heaton.
This is Northside head football coach Mike Fleur. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
This is Northside head basketball coach Eric Burnett. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith. With furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need. And even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. And to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
You're gonna love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehuberc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
Welcome back to the Mike Fallour Show. I've got outside linebacker coach Chad Frazier here with me. And Coach, first of all, I want to say it's good for you to be here. I mean, it makes us all feel a little more at ease and a lot more thankful that you've been through some tough times. And I remember a couple years ago you had surgery when we were at Catholic, and boy, we really missed you because that was a close game that just thought about it the entire time. You know how much we miss Coach Frazier, and this year what you've been going through, you and Jet. And take us through that a little bit.
Well, September the 4th, Jet and I both, neither one of us really felt great. He kind of started feeling bad in the morning, and I didn't really start feeling bad till that evening. But we both got sick on the same day, and I started kind of going the other way a little quicker than he did. He was kind of running a high-grade fever. It was COVID, is what it wound up being, just so everybody knows. But we wound up having COVID. But he ran a real high-grade fever. I ran a mild fever, but my breathing was shutting down, and he just had the typical aches and pains and kind of a flu-like symptoms, and I kind of went the other way with my respiratory and my lungs and stuff, and we went to the ER and, got checked out, got tested, and the next day or two came back positive. And we were going to, obviously we're quarantined, right? I mean, once you get diagnosed, and then we were going to get out of town and get away from Teresa and Max, not be under the same roof.
Right.
So we did that, and we went up to Heber Springs, where we've got a place up there, and
so it was just you and Jet?
It was just me and Jet.
Right.
It was just me and Jet, and I went up there, and I just went the wrong direction. I kept getting worse as we got up there. Went to the ER 2 different times there in Heber Springs, and just got worse. And after about 3 days, he started getting better. Typical young man, right?
Yeah, right.
And I just, for whatever reason, I went the wrong direction, and they admitted me to the hospital, and the next few days were, the second and third day were really rough. They told me when I was in there, the doctor told me, he said, look, he said, I just want to tell you, he said, I think you're going to wind up being okay, but these next 3 or 4 days are going to be really rough. He said, you're going to get worse before you get better. And he said, we're going to take good care of you. And, he told me what to expect. And,
right.
Well, I tell you what, he hit it to the letter. And they got me better. They got me on the plasma and the remdesivir that they're giving everybody that gets severe cases.
Right.
And I spent 5 days in the hospital, and day 2 and 3 were really rough. And then I felt myself starting to get better,
right.
And still fighting it a little bit, fighting some strength issues and just getting through the day. But I know week to week and day to day, I know that I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Lots of prayers, lots of people looking after me, and they were certainly felt. And I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. It's just going to be a slower process probably than a guy like me is probably geared up to handle, because I'm pretty impatient. But
not you.
Yeah, but no, I do feel better, and I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of people, a lot of prayers have been answered, and I'm certainly grateful for that.
There were a lot of people praying, and I would text you here and there. I didn't want to bother you. I just wanted to see if we could find out what we could, and Coach Fuller kept us all in the know on everything.
And I appreciate that.
And I'll tell you something, Coach, you start thinking about, you hear about it, and people testing positive here and there. But when that happened, this is real.
It is, no doubt. No doubt. You hear a lot of things about it. People, especially on the political side, people say a lot of things about, and it's just something that's going to be over in November. And
right.
I'll tell you, I'd like to take about 20 minutes and sit down and have a little conversation and talk to them about it being real, because it's definitely real. It was completely different for me than any sickness I've ever had in my life.
Well, and we stopped thinking about football. We started thinking about Chad Frazier as a human being. We got to get that taken care of, and thank God that you're here today and you're on the way back. So things are looking good, and I was definitely worried about Jet too. And watching him when he came back, I think it was the Bryant game, he got a little bit of playing time.
Yeah, he came back from Bryant.
I'm zeroing in on him, just trying to see, how, because I know how he plays. He's pretty, he's on go. And he didn't look 100%, but it looked like he was getting there. Coach, against Fayetteville, I saw him make some plays that made me feel really good, just knowing that's him. He's back.
Yeah, it didn't take him. He had about 2 or 3 rough days, and then he started. But the thing about it, what you learn about it, and from talking to people, and people have been through it, and when you go through it yourself, is the lingering effects for weeks after. Younger people seem to be getting over it a little bit quicker, but somebody like myself, it's just it kind of the doctors tell you it just takes a while. But he came back and bounced back pretty good, so he's in good shape now. He's good to go.
Well, we sure hope that for the best for everybody.
Well, thank you.
From this point forward, and anybody that's watching this broadcast sees it, understand it is real, and you do need to take the precautions and make sure you protect yourself and other people too, because it's not something you want to go through with.
That's right.
But a little about football. Outside linebacker coach.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Congratulations on a big win against Catholic. Defensively, it was amazing. Talk about some of your kids.
Well, I thought we played great as a unit on defense. I thought, especially Coach Curry and Coach Solly did a great job of scheming those guys up. I thought we had really confident in our game plan going into Little Rock Catholic. But my guys, McCade Moody, Demarius Davis, Kelton Barnes, those guys, they really played well. And, obviously some things that we got to go back and correct and keep getting better. But, I think the biggest strength that we have is, number one, we're playing hard.
Yeah.
And number two, we've got some speed on defense. And we've got some situations where we can hopefully try to mismatch some people. And with our game plan that we put together, that Coach Curry and Coach Solly especially, they really did a great job of putting it together. And I really thought that it really fit what we did well.
Right.
And the last few weeks. And so we've been able to play hard and play well, and that's what we want to keep doing and keep getting better every week.
Well, Catholic was a team that you never really know what they're going to throw at you. They're a different team. I think against Conway, they're going to pass a lot, and they've got some good receivers. They got a good quarterback. What do your linebackers do when you know that you're playing a team that primarily is going to throw the football?
Well, we got to understand coverages first of all. We got to understand what our responsibilities are. That's the biggest thing. We got to be confident in what we're doing. And I feel like this week our kids are going to be put in a good situation where, hopefully what we're trying to put together, what Conway does, is going to fit us a little bit. They are going to throw it. I mean, they throw it about 65% of the time. They've got two really big weapons, number 20 and number 21. I don't know the young man's name. Their quarterback is
Bohannon and Boudreaux.
Boudreaux, okay. Yeah. As good as anybody we've seen in the last few years. Yeah. I mean, extremely talented. Lightning fast.
Right.
And game breakers, both of them. And quarterback he's a good athlete, throws the ball well, can run a little bit. You got to honor him a little bit with the run. So there's plenty of weapons that they have that could give us fits, and if we don't do a good job of tackling and rallying to the football,
right,
it's going to be a long night for us. And our kids, we've really emphasized that these first couple of days, starting Sunday afternoon. And I really believe that our kids are going to show up and play. I really do.
Well, Coach, let me get back off football just for a second. What's Max doing these days?
Max is he's playing baseball at UAFS.
Yeah.
He's going to graduate in the spring.
God, time flies.
Yeah, this is his fourth year. He redshirted his first year, and then his redshirt freshman year he played, and then this past year obviously COVID hit. Well,
right.
they got the year back.
Yeah.
So he's about to graduate in the spring with a math degree. He wants to coach. He's going to graduate with a math degree. And
did he get that from you? The math?
No. That's what kept me in college. That's what kept me in college. That kept me from getting out on time.
Almost kept me in high school.
Yeah, he certainly got that from Teresa.
Yeah.
So he got it from Mama. But he's really enjoying. He's living the college life.
Right.
Doing. Just really enjoying it. And he's excited about this year. They got that year back. So when he graduates this spring, he's still going to have 2 years eligibility in baseball if he chooses to keep playing.
Right.
So, but I've told him, I said, hey, play as long as you can. You got your whole life to work if that's what you want to do.
Right.
So, but he's enjoying it. He's living a good life,
Let me ask you this. A lot of testosterone in your family.
Yeah.
What does Teresa do? I mean, she's kind of outnumbered with you and Max and Jet. So what does she do?
Well, the first thing that she does, there's a lot of eye rolls and a lot of shaking the head around our house with her when it comes to dealing with us. But no, she's as good as it gets. She's the perfect coach's wife. She's completely supportive. She just I don't know that I could be any more blessed than what I am to have her running the house and running things. But yeah, she's awesome. So
well, we talk a lot about coaches' wives and what it really takes to be a coach's wife, and and I don't think the general public knows how much time a coach puts in. I mean, it's amazing the hours that you spend, especially during the season. But that's not it. You know, it continues on.
It does.
So you definitely have to have somebody in your corner that's going to help you out.
No doubt, and she is. There's no doubt. She's great.
I interviewed Coach Solly and Coach Little, and I asked them this question. Bring in Coach Curry, those two, and I asked those two guys, out of those other three, which one do you pick if you want to play in a golf match? 18 holes for dinner or more if you want to. And they all picked you. Little picked you. Solly picked you. Well, Little said, if you want to win, pick Chad. Coach, you must be pretty good on the golf course.
The further out you get from playing with somebody, the better the stories get, right?
Well, they both said the same thing, though.
Yeah, no, I swing hard and hope for the best, right?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that strategy.
Yeah, top deal. But no, we certainly had a lot of fun on the golf course. The four of us, whenever we get to play, and those guys are all great friends of mine, and guys that I truly trust and can call friends, and we've had a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to get away from work and enjoy that kind of stuff.
And there's more to it than just. I mean, I watch you guys. You all get along. Y'all have
we
a
do.
big time. It's fun, and I love to. Y'all let me be a part of it here and there. I've never been asked to fish. I've never been asked to play golf, and I do both of them horribly.
We're going to change the golf side of it. That's for sure. We'll change that. Write that down.
I just like to get out there one time because you'll ask me to leave after that. But let me play one time.
No.
Well, Coach, we appreciate everything that you bring to the Grizzlies. You are a Grizzly. You were a quarterback for the Grizzlies. And so it's in your blood.
Yeah.
So we just are thankful that you're here. And more than anything, we're thankful you're healthy.
Well, I appreciate it. We're getting there. And, Buzz, we appreciate everything that you do for us in our program and, doing this right here and getting us out there. And
this is the fun part.
This is the fun part, no doubt. Yeah. This is a good time, and it's a good thing for Northside. It's a good thing for Fort Smith, and we appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach Frazier. You've been listening to Chad Frazier. He's the outside linebacker coach. Next up, Richard Bracken, the receiver coach. We'll take a break right after this from ERC.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at the Hub, ERC.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
This is Northside head football coach Mike Fleur. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
This is Northside head basketball coach Eric Burnett. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith, with furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need, and even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith, and to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
You're going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fleur Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Richard Bracken, receivers coach, joins us now. Coach Bracken, receiving's in your blood, isn't it?
It is, yep.
So take us back a little bit when you were in high school. What kind of team did you have, and how much did you throw? And tell me about some of the games that you played. And I've heard all about them. I saw a lot of them. But just take me back through that a little bit.
Well, playing for Coach Barry Lonnie, who's now retired, I think we were kind of setting the edge with the passing game. We kind of started throwing the ball a little more than everybody did.
Y'all were exciting to watch.
We did. He had some good teams. My sophomore year, a lot of good seniors. They were coming back off a state championship, and a lot of guys back. So, gosh, a lot of good players there, and of course had a great quarterback, and it was fun to watch. And I was lucky enough as a 10th grader to come in and play some snaps and get thrown in the fire a little bit, which made me better. Junior year, next year, we kind of had a rebuilding year. And, any rebuilding year, you go through some growing pains, some new guys on the field. And then, of course, my senior year, we played for a state championship. Had another good year there, and just I enjoyed it, enjoyed the high school career.
Now, Josh Driscoll was the quarterback?
He was, yeah.
It's always good, if you're a receiver, if you have a quarterback that has an arm, especially like that guy.
Right.
I mean, he had to make your life a lot better when it came to football.
Once your hands get broke in from catching the 95-mile-an-hour fastballs over and over again,
he could sling it, couldn't he?
He could throw the football and still can. I see him. He coaches at Alma, and he can still.
Can he really?
Gosh, he can still throw the football.
You still catch it? Catch it on a run, going about
not
maybe
anymore.
4-4.
There's not much running involved anymore with that, Buzz. No.
Well, my daughter was there when you were there,
right.
And so I got to see a lot of your football, and just I was so impressed with not just the catching ability, but what you did after the fact. And I've had a lot of conversations with your dad, still ongoing today, about your career and how much you really. I mean, you were a baseball player too, but you were just a grinder. You just. You get every yard you could get out of every catch.
I just enjoyed playing ball, football, basketball, baseball, and just enjoyed anything. And,
You're just
doing
an
that.
all-around athlete.
Yeah, what it was when football season was there, it was football, and then it was basketball, and it was baseball. I never got an off season. Unfortunately, it did come back to hurt me a little bit once I chose to go football. But I just enjoyed. I enjoyed playing ball, no matter what it was.
Well, you're in your element now.
Right.
I mean, football, receiving. That's what you coach, and you've got a. When we started the season, how excited were you with the amount of receivers that you had, and not just the number of them, but the talent they have?
Right. Well, and I had a lot of new faces coming into this year. Had some seniors last year, but I had some guys that I knew that had a lot of talent. Walker Kitsavis, who's obviously had a big year. Had Tyheem Procise back, which was one of my few starters I had last year, but. Avante Tucker, who played some receiver as a 10th grader, who kind of understood a little bit about what we do and how we do it. He moved over the offensive side of the ball, and he's been a good weapon for us. And a lot of young guys, sophomores and juniors, who have started developing and come a long way over this last few weeks. Because as I know you talked about with Coach Fleur, we've been so thin. We've had a lot of players go out due to injury, illness, and a lot of kids have stepped up and done a good job, and I'm proud of them for what they've done. We've had to take a lot of guys who, this isn't your normal position. We're going to move you, and you're going to play this week, and then we're going to do what we have to do. So
speaking of injuries, Procise with that collarbone injury, is that normally not a career, but a season-ending injury?
Well,
or is
I'm not 100% sure. I guess it depends on the severity of it.
Yeah.
I know I am sure glad that hopefully this is not a season-ending injury for him, because looking forward to having him back with his speed and what he can do. I mean, he's a great weapon offensively. So.
And as you mentioned, Avante Tucker, defensive back last year, playing some receiver this year. And I think he had, was it a groin issue or a hamstring issue or
hamstring
last week?
Hamstring, and he's slowly getting back into it. I think he's going to be ready to go Friday. But last week, he battled that, and and we didn't have him then. But hopefully he's good to go Friday, and he's been getting back into practice and kind of getting back in the swing of things. So,
well, I watched him in the Fayetteville game, and I could see him a couple times, kind of get me out, and you could tell he was favoring it a little bit. So,
sure.
and I listened to Coach Fleur as I was eating my double cheeseburger from George's Friday before the game against Little Rock Catholic. He came in the office, and Coach Fleur, he's right. Hey, you need to tell me.
Right.
Are you good? If not, then don't play. We're going to need you, next week.
Sure.
So that'll be a decision you need to make, but you got to make the right decision.
Definitely.
And obviously he didn't play.
He didn't, and it was one of those things going into it. I mean, we can try to battle through it, or we can try to get you healthy. And in the long run, I mean, we need him healthy.
Yeah.
We don't need a week-to-week situation where we keep aggravating an injury. And like I said, we had a lot of guys step up last week. Maury Smith, Poon Savoy came over from defense, gave us some snaps. Joey Maffei, we've asked him to do a lot of different things over the last few weeks, and they did a great job.
Is he as tough as his brother?
He is.
Yeah.
I believe he is.
I loved watching his brother play, not just receiving but catching punts.
Mentally
too.
and physically.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
He was fearless.
Definitely, yes. And Joey's the same way, and I think Joey's going to be a good little punt returner for us too. He's really coming along.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary Friday night with some of those punting situations. I think we mishandled a few of them, but hopefully we get that right.
Yeah, and I definitely think we will. Yeah.
Yeah, but you do have a lot of talent, and we speak of that talent and talk about Coach Fleur and I talked about earlier in the show, Ty Massey on that wheel route and that pass that he caught. Man, that concentration was amazing because my angle, the way I was watching him, I could just see the ball and the defender, and it went right over the top of him. What a great throw by Dre
Definitely,
Norwood.
and great concentration. Like Coach Fleur said, Ty's got great hands, probably as good as any hands we have on the team. And when you have a running back that you can bring out of the backfield and he can catch the football, that's just another weapon you have.
Oh, sure.
And he does a great job of it.
So what are you looking at against Conway? We talk a lot about their offense and the fact that they're going to throw it a lot, probably 3 out of 4 times.
Right.
That's a lot of passing.
Sure.
Defensively, what can we do against them? Because they give up, I think, 31 points a game. You can score on them.
We can, and we've got to be good in all facets of the game. We got to throw the screens, and we got to be efficient at what we do in that. We've got to run the football, and when we throw the football, we got to throw it and catch it.
Right.
I mean, we've got to take what they give us. Defensively, they're going to play a lot of zone, and I think there's some things we can do. The bottom line is just executing.
Yeah.
Cleaning up what we didn't do correct last week. But I think we're going to take a step forward this week with that. So.
Well, after the homecoming game against Little Rock Catholic, you got to win. We go to 4-1 and get that game in conference. We needed that one, really bad. And what do you do on Saturday? You wake up. You don't have to go back to work till Sunday, right? Saturday.
Technically, no, but Saturday's the day where we're getting everything ready. That way, when we meet Sunday, we know which direction we're going. Start off, if I didn't get to it Friday night on the home game, we'll grade film from the last night. We'll make our corrections, see what we need to do. And, of course, when we come in Sunday, we'll spend all day watching film on our next opponent. When we come in Sunday, we'll meet with our kids. We'll watch a little film, correct the corrections we need to make, and then we'll start looking forward to the next week. So.
You got a new one, too, don't you?
I do.
So you had a son first.
Did, yeah. He'll be 3 in December.
3. Now you got a little girl.
I do,
Has your life changed?
It
has.
Yeah,
Trust me.
It's changed a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has.
Wait till I have an application for dating daughters.
Right.
I'll get that to you because you're going to blink and she's going to be 16 years old.
Don't. Yeah, let's.
You'll
let's
want
slow
what
that
I've
down
got.
right
now.
now.
You'll want what I have to offer.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
there's nothing like having a daughter, and it definitely changes your life.
It does.
But
it does.
You want to see your son maybe get into some football or.
Yeah. Right now, that's all he wants to play. Football.
Is that right?
That's it.
And he's 3.
He is. Yeah.
I love
He's 3, so
you
that's
throwing
fine
passes
with me.
to him?
Well, he has no interest in the ball until you talk about it, and I want to play
Then he's
football.
ready to go.
And then when you pick the ball up, and he walks the other direction. He's more interested in trucks right now.
Is that right? Well, so be it. Well, I talked to Coach Frazier, and I talked to Coach Little and Solly, and they play a lot of golf. They fish a lot.
Right.
What do you do in your spare time?
Spare time? Well.
Do you have any?
Not much.
What about the summer?
Summertime.
Early summer.
Well, early summertime. If I get time, I try to call Coach Little and see if I can bum a fishing trip with him every now and then.
Has he let you in?
Every now and then he
I
does,
have yet to get in.
Every now and then he does. Yeah.
Did y'all catch anything?
We did, yeah.
He knows where to go.
Yeah, he does. We headed out to the river and caught some catfish this time. So I didn't get to do much crappie fishing with him this year, but
they caught a bunch.
They did
because Coach Fleur always puts on the fishing or the crappie dinner for the coaches,
right.
before the season starts, and there were some big eaters, but there was a bunch left.
A bunch of crappie.
Yeah. So I don't know where I think he has multiple places that he goes, but wherever it is, I don't know about it yet, and I'd like to get in on that. But Coach Frazier, it is on tape. This is on tape. This is being recorded. That I can get in on one of those golf games. So at some point, I'm gonna get to do that.
There you go.
So anyway, any surprises for Friday night that you know of? Any changes that you're going to make this week? You think to get ready for Conway?
Any big changes? Not any big changes. We're going to keep doing what we do. And we're going to keep getting better.
Right. So. Well, Coach, it was a big game Friday night, big win, homecoming. I know you're glad to get that one behind you. Looking forward to going to Conway. Season gets a little tough.
Sure.
Now you got Conway, then you come back North Little Rock at home, and then you go to Cabot.
Right.
And we watched that game between Conway and Cabot. Man, that was a shootout.
Definitely.
Pretty lopsided in the first half, but it got to be a shootout in the second half.
Definitely. And 3 tough games ahead of us, 3 good football teams. But we got to go ahead and execute. And if we do, I mean, we're going to have a chance in every one of them. So.
Well, I spoke of your dad earlier, and we have a lot of conversations. Whether we work out at the same place, and I see him there, and we'll talk football. Usually most of the time, but he texts me a lot during the game with his input on what's going on, and I tell you, he's a critic, man. He knows what he's talking about.
There's no doubt.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been doing it a while.
Yeah. I guess you could say that.
Well, tell him to keep it up, because I appreciate it.
I'll do it.
It's fun to hear from him. I keep trying to get him to help me a little bit with some color. He's yet to do that, but I think
you need to stay on him because he needs a hobby.
Well, I may do that.
Yeah, tennis is slowing down, so he needs something else to do.
Yeah, but they can do that indoors. Now, when he goes to watch football, you're going to be outdoors unless you get in the press box.
That's right.
Climate controlled.
That's right.
That's always a draw.
Well, he's there, so you might as well just holler at him through the press box next time because he never misses.
I'll do it. Richard Bracken. He is the receiver coach for the Grizzlies. We're going to take a break and be back with Coach Fleur. We're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming game with Conway right after this from ERC.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehuberc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
This is Northside head football coach Mike Fleur. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
This is Northside head basketball coach Eric Burnett. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football in fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith. With furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need. And even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. And to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
You're gonna love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Well, Coach, we're going to head east down I-40 to Conway. They are 3-2.
Correct.
Just came off a shootout win against Cabot, 52-49. Last year, we played them at home. I think we beat them or lost to them 23-20.
Correct.
A controversial ending at that game on that fumble. I think, if I remember correctly, Dre had a big run there at the end, tied it up, or Slate had to come in, kick an extra point to tie it up, and then things just didn't go our way after that.
Yeah, they drove it down and had it on the 1 yard line, and Conley Bone came in and made a big hit, and the ball pops out behind everybody. And, you've been talking about Avante Tucker. I think he had a chance to scoop and maybe take it the distance, and he missed it. They recovered it and kicked a field goal and beat us 23-20.
23-20, and they were a good football team last year. I mean, they've had a good program.
Oh, that's the thing about this league. There's no bad teams, and when you talk about what I call the Big Four, Conway, Bryant, North Little Rock, and Cabot, one town.
Yeah, exactly.
One high school.
Yeah.
And so you're talking high schools, 2,500 to 3,000 students. So they should have a good football team every year. They got they got as many boys in their school as we have in our whole school, so to pick from. So you got to be ready. You got to execute. You got to play hard. You know, you talk about Conway. They've got 2 losses. Their 2 losses are to North Little Rock and Bentonville. Arguably 2 of the top 3 or 4 teams in the state of Arkansas. So we got to be ready to go. They're a talented football team. Offensively, very explosive. I mean, like I said, 52 against Cabot and then 37 against North Little Rock. We've got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, that game against North Little Rock could have gone either way. It was 39-37.
Yep.
I think they had North Little Rock on the ropes and let them out of it and ended up losing that one by 2. Again, like you said, 52-49 against Cabot. They were up 21-0 at halftime.
Yeah, the fact that Cabot scored 49 points just
in the second half
shocks me. But you know, once it starts happening, sometimes as a coach, there's not a whole lot you can do. Yeah. Just hope you can hang on.
So they give up 31 points a game. Does that make you feel a little bit better about going in? No. That was quick. No hesitation.
No. I mean, we're going to have to play. They are a good football team, and they've given up some points, but you got to get ready to play and know that it's going to be tough. Their 3 defensive linemen are as good as anybody we've played against all year, and so that's where it all starts. And if we can't block those 3 guys, we'll have a hard time moving the football. So I know what we're in for. I know what kind of coach Coach Fimple is, and so we got to be ready. I mean, we got to go play our best football game of the year.
Well, when you graded the film Sunday, you look at your offensive line, how did you feel? I mean, we talked about the right side of the offensive line. They did a pretty good job. Just need to get a better connection between center and quarterback. So how did you feel after you looked at film?
I mean, I thought they played a good game. I mean, we've got to continue to get better and be more physical. But, we're starting 2 sophomores. Probably, arguably, one of our best linemen is not with us anymore because his mom doesn't feel comfortable with him being out there with COVID, so that hurts us. But, they're getting better every week. One of them, Timmy O, probably the smallest left guard in the state of Arkansas, but that dude's got more fight, and he's going to have it this week because he's going to have a 280, 290-pounder lined up on him. But I know what I'm going to get out of him every week, and it's everything he's got. And so
that's comforting.
That's where it all starts. They got to be able to block those guys up front, and they did a good job. Their best game of the season was last Friday.
Well, it'd be nice if the entire offensive line could go into beast mode.
Yeah,
against Conway.
We need a beast mode effort. That's right.
Well, Coach Hootens, I look at that, just kind of get a feel for all the teams across the state, and they'll pick a game of the week every week. We are the game of the week this week, and we're going into Conway. They show us as a 7-point underdog, but they also showed us as a 7-point underdog when Catholic came to Mayo Thompson.
I think they've had us as an underdog in almost every game.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I like being the underdog. I like, it kind of motivates you. I just know traditionally when we play Conway, it's a pretty darn good football game every year. And we've been on top a few times, and we've been on the other side. So we've won down there, and they've won up here. So, you thought somebody asked me about going on the road. Going on the road doesn't bother us. Our kids are used to being on the road. We have the same routine. They know what to expect. They know we're going to stop at your old place, Arkansas Tech. We're going to do a walkthrough. We're going to eat our pregame meal in the bleachers. We're going to get back on the bus, and we're going to go the next 45 miles or whatever it is, and we're going to get ready to play.
Hey, let me know if they still have that billboard up.
I thought it was a statue.
Oh, yeah, statue. That's what it was.
I'll check.
Yeah, let me know when you get through there.
I will.
Where do you eat your pregame?
In the bleachers.
There at the –
Yeah, we'll take a Chick-fil-A sandwich and chips and cookie and a drink.
Right.
Have it right there.
That sounds good.
Yep.
968-1410 is the number to Whataburger. If you want to call ahead, they can have you set up.
All right, I might do that.
Okay, I know I will.
You like Whataburger?
Oh, I love it. Coach, I lived on it for a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an account there. I'm one of the few that ever had an account at Whataburger. They would bring me my food at noon every day, Monday through Friday. I lived right behind the Whataburger, which is now condemned. Well, actually, it's a parking lot. They condemned the place that I live. This was after I got through playing ball there. And they bring my food every day at noon. By Friday, I had to figure out how to pay for it, but I always figured it out. It was important to me.
I understand.
Very important to me. But if you want to go Chick-fil-A, then
we'll probably go Chick-fil-A.
Okay, well, probably just stick with what's getting you these wins right now.
Let's hope that's part of it.
You're kind of a traditional guy, aren't you, though?
Yeah, I don't like to change a whole lot.
Right. So once you get to Conway, what time will you pull in there?
We want to get there 4:15 to 4:30, somewhere in that area. Then we unload the stuff, let the kids walk the field, start taping, getting ready. We'll go out. Have to go out a little bit earlier this week because we have to be off the field at 6:20. We're their homecoming game, so
right.
So we just have to go by that. And they've got a nice big area, so it's not like a lot of places where you cramp, but just kind of follow the same pattern that we do every week.
Well, you remember 2 years ago when we were there, on one side of the field they have a beautiful new press box. Mm-hmm. On the other side they have a deer stand just like they have in Fayetteville. That's where we'll be, just like we were in Fayetteville. I don't know why they don't let us in the really nice press box. I was told at Fayetteville they just didn't have enough room, and that may be true. I don't know, but we'll have easy access to some people in the stands, and I like to do interviews with different people, during the game. your sister I've been trying to capture for a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, and
I don't think
can't.
that'll ever happen.
If you could help me with that, just a little bit,
Buzz.
please, because she would be so good.
Yeah.
You know how much she watches the games and how she critiques the games.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
you hear it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so if you can help me with that, I'd sure appreciate it.
Okay, I'll work on it.
All right, so I'll be expecting.
Really want to
to
put her critique on there where people can watch. I don't know.
well, at least it's another viewpoint.
All right.
All right. But anyway, we will be in the deer stand, and looking forward to that. It's actually a little better than what Fayetteville was, but more than anything, we're looking for a ball game that is very interesting. Excuse me. Because every time we go there, it seems like it comes down to the wire. I remember it was 2 years ago. It might have been 4 years ago when that ball game wasn't over until the very end, and we had to stop them at the 1 yard line on a bad call. We were getting pass interference calls all night long.
I think that was 3 or 4 years ago when it was Trey, and if I remember right, that Max Frazier got hurt in that game, and we had to make a tackle on the 1 yard line that to stop them from scoring. In the very next play, they tried to spike it, and one of our kids reached in and slapped the ball bay, and we recovered it. And it was
down to the
close.
wire.
And then 2 years ago, it was the same thing. We jumped out early, got ahead, and couldn't hold on to it, and they ended up beating us in the last quarter. So it's been a good ball game every year, and I expect the same thing.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's a one-school town, and they've got a lot to pick from. And Coach Fimple's a very qualified coach, and they've got some good assistants. So it's definitely going to be a good ball game. And it doesn't really get any easier. The following week you have North Little Rock, and then you go play Cabot, and you get Little Rock Southwest at the end.
Which we don't know a whole lot about Little Rock Southwest. They've missed 3, maybe 4 games in a row now with their situation. So haven't even seen them. So, but we know the next 3 weeks it's going to be for real. So,
well, I talk to your assistants a lot about what they do that has nothing to do with football, how they unwind. You're in charge of all this. It stops with you. So when do you get a chance to unwind, and how do you do it?
Well, when football season's over, I like to go hunting.
Yeah.
I like to have a farm up in Kansas, like to get up there and get away and just kind of forget about everything else.
Right.
I've tried to get you to go, but I think you're afraid I'm going to get you out there and maybe get you stranded or something. But
you just see how bad a shot I am.
I like to go, hunting. I'm not going to hunt all the time type person, but I do enjoy it. I do, we used to quail hunt, my dad and I.
Right.
And so I still try to do that once or twice a year, and then deer hunt, and then I'm pretty comfortable. And when I have some free time, just being at home.
You like watching football on Saturdays?
I do. I love watching football on Saturdays. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Didn't you hate to see the Hogs lose the way they did?
Yeah, that was bad. I'm so you're so excited for the first time in 3 or 4 years. You're proud of them. You're proud of the way they're playing,
right.
and you want to win, but you couldn't ask. I mean, because you can always ask for more. Fewer mistakes, but the effort they're showing and the way they're playing. I mean, I'm proud to say I'm a Razorback fan and a Sam Pittman fan and a Barry Odom fan and just a Hawk. They're doing a great job.
I think they are too. What do you think about Bryles, their OC?
I think he's doing a good job too. I mean, you see him playing the way you're supposed to play football.
Yeah. Well, sure hated to see him lose that one. That'd be nice to have 2 games back to back in conference. But anyway, it is what it is. I think they're a different football team than they were. I know the Grizzlies are a different football team because of their performance in the second half this year as opposed to last year.
Well, we need to do it in both halves.
Yeah.
We don't need to dig ourselves a hole and have to come out of it, but we need to help our defense early. Defense needs to help us. We need to be sound in the kicking game and do a good job there and just play hard. And that's what our kids have done. They've played hard.
Well, that's what that's all you can ask.
That's right.
Play as hard as you can. Hey, have you got a set of golf clubs?
I do, but I haven't gotten I don't even know if they're still there. Probably 10 years since I've played golf.
But you could find them if you needed to.
If I had to.
So if you and I play Coach Frazier.
Well, I want Coach Frazier on my team.
Oh, come on. Everybody. Who do I get?
You can have the pick of the rest of them.
All right. So if you and Coach Frazier, and I'll either get Solly or Coach Little.
That's fine.
For dinner.
That's fine.
Are we good?
Yeah.
With that?
We're good.
We got to do it before it gets cold, though.
Well,
Can you
we're
take
not
a
doing
Saturday?
it. We're not doing it this year. I mean, right now.
So it's going to be in the spring.
Yeah, it'll have to be in the spring.
In spring. All right. So you know how an inferior team has to get shots or holes. You got to give me one or two up or whatever until you got to get it right. You got to make it fair.
I can't give you any strokes because you got whoever you pick that's a golfer. And you've told me over and over that you played golf in high school.
I did that to get out of football off-season.
You may have, but you're a golfer. And I'm not a golfer, so Coach Frazier's going to probably have to do this by himself. So
what if Slate Stanton? What if Slate Stanton came to you and said he didn't want to go through off season because he's going to play golf?
That wouldn't float.
Wouldn't float.
No.
I was able to get that worked out.
Well,
but we were 3-9 too. My senior
year. we're going to find a way for them if they play another sport to get in there and do what they got to do. That means coming in the mornings before school.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck Friday night against Conway. I know it's going to be tough. Season's tightened up pretty much until you get to Little Rock Southwest. Like you said, you really don't know what you have with them, so remains to be seen. But good luck Friday night against those Conway Wampus Cats. That's going to wrap it up for another edition of the Mike Fuller Show. I want to say thank you to Zach and Joe who handle the production. We appreciate you guys. Thank you to Coach Fuller making time to come in and host this show. Kickoff is at 7. Coach's show is at 6:30. We'll be back this time next week for another edition of Mike Fuller's Coach's Show. I'm Buzz Sawyer saying so long and go Bears.
This is Northside head football coach Mike Fuller. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
This is Northside head basketball coach Eric Burnett. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
You're watching Grizzly TV.